landing page optimization. So basically, a landing page optimization, a landing page is a promotional page, which like marketing folks use a lot. It's a page which people often land on, like your top page. And again, you only have like 2 to 3 seconds to like impress a user. Regular users generally know what to look for because like they know your content. But new users must be guided. I'm going to go a little tangent right now and talk about user feedback. So it's really important to get feedback from your users as to the layout of your page. So the new design used to look like this. This is a mock-up. I got some feedback from the users. It evolved to this, and then it evolved to this. So basically, getting your users to help you, because you're like just one person, like, and you have like hundreds of users or whatever, and they can like really help you design your web page. There's 2 buttons over there: new visitor, current reader. New visitors, they click on the blue button, and they're going to go through to a welcome page. So a clean, concise welcome page, some images of Japan at the top. So basically, we are about figures and we are about Japan. So I used to cover like tons of stuff, but I've decided to focus on these 2 areas. And regular users, they're going to click on the orange button, and they're going to go through to the regular user gateway, which is where they find their normal stuff to consume. Okay, so Flickr takes the same approach. So if you're not registered at Flickr, you see the landing page. It just says, very simple, share your photos, watch the world. So you know what it's about. You know it's about like, sharing your photos. And regular users, they're going to see something completely different. Because regular users and the new users, their needs are different. So what's the different layouts? Which one is optimal for your website? So I'm going to talk about Google Website Optimizer. Now this is completely different from analytics or the webmaster tools, which I've talked about. What this does is enable you to test 2 different versions of layouts for your website. So over here, they're not too obvious right now, but we can see there's the navigation bar. One has some items, one doesn't. One has flash, one doesn't. And the text over here to get a user to like sign up is different as well. So 2 very different pages. What Google Website Optimizer helps you do is you have like a treatment. So basically, you're saying 40% of people who come to your website, I want them to see this over here, and I want 60% of people to see that over there. So by doing this, you can see now which one worked better. So basically, you want people to be converted. You want people to come to your website and say, "Oh, this is really cool," and bookmark your website. So over here, I can see that combination 4, which is basically a layout, has a high conversion rate, and I'm going to go for this layout because most people are bookmarking my website, for example. Okay, some quick takeaways. So optimal layouts different from different websites because you have like different users, you have like different contents, and so on. You should always continue to observe user behavior and take action based on those observations. So what I do is, like folks who read DannyChoo.com, they may see things like just appearing and like disappearing. If something was there for a while and has disappeared, it means that I've observed that it hasn't done well. So basically, I don't want it there. So an example is, at the end of your blog post, you have like dig this or stumble it, blah, blah, blah. So I used to have those links and people just don't click on them at all. So getting people to like try to dig your website is just not going to work. Well, it didn't work for my website, it may work for your website, but I'm not recommending. Strive for continuous improvement. So rather than have your blog just there, strive every day to really grow your blog. Okay, so a quick look at Haruka-chan, which is Mirai's younger sister, and she recently got a nice new bikini for the lovely cold weather we're having in Japan. So So what I'm going to do right now, so I'm going to talk like this. I used to talk like this when I was back in London, but I lost my accent and kind of went like all plain and stuff, all right? So what we're going to do is have a look at some Web 2.0 services. So this over here is YouTube, right? You can upload your videos and stuff. And another one that I use is Twitter. It's like micro-blogging, so it's just like one sentence. Right? So basically, yeah, you've got YouTube, Twitter, Flickr, and Facebook. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing content to all these Web 2.0 services, right? And because all these social communities, they already have their own communities of people. And so I'm not going to force them to come over, but as I push content over to those services, what I'm finding is that incremental users, they just come over. And so embracing Web 2.0 is much recommended because you're not giving your content away, basically. You're like sharing with others, and by sharing, you're going to like grow your user base. Right? Okay, change my tone of speaking. So just for one chapter, I'm going to try to speak like it's English one. So I'm going to talk about the resources and many resources that help me learn all the skills I needed to make the DannyChoo.com. So there's a website which I'm often using called w3schools.com, and from there I learned the PHP. I learned lots and lots of different skills. There's a website called smashingmagazine.com, and you can learn lots about different website technologies which will help you grow your website. So understanding the technology will help you a lot more. Also, the Technorati. The Technorati is the blog search engine, and from using Technorati, you can see the type of things that other bloggers are talking about. So maybe you want to contact these other bloggers, and you can share information like this way. And also the Tech Branch. The Tech Branch talks about the Web 2.0 technologies all over the world, and you will learn lots of technology through these two websites. Now, there's one thing that I'd like to mention right now. Excuse me, I had something very spicy to eat one. So, this website, it has over 1 million RSS subscribers. A lot that. So, if you are wondering, if you have a look at your stats and saying, why I'm only having 10 users a day, maybe because you have lots of readers reading your RSS. So in order to find out, you need to use the feed burner. So feed burner is a website, it's owned by the Google, and if you register your RSS feed over here, you can see how many people are reading your RSS feed. Because some people are very busy these days, don't you know? And sometimes they're just reading on the RSS reader on the iPhone or iPod, so they don't have time to go to your website. But by understanding how many people are reading what you have to say is very important to growing your blog. Okay, so enough of that. I'm going to cover offline networking, which is another thing which I recommend that you do. And I hope that afterwards, when we have some snacks, you can all like network with each other. So I host a networking event at Tokyo called Mirai Tokyo. So this is where the foreigners in Blogger, where all the foreign bloggers in Tokyo like gather together and like share ideas and network with each other. There's one called SBlogWG, and the naming stems back to some folks from Sony who put this together. So basically this is where all the Japanese folks, or the folks who can also speak Japanese, gather together and network. And with these events, what we are seeing is that as they become more popular with like popular bloggers, companies want to like come in. So, for example, like Sony, they came in and they showed off this new gadget called a Rolly, which is like it's like an MP3 player, and they like gave it out to like people. But they gave it to me. So the thing with these blog meetings is like when they see these like people from like Logical or like Sony or like Mozilla, it's like, okay, there's a Mozilla guy. What are we going to get from him? And so there's this Mozilla guy who's coming in and saying, oh God, how do I impress this bunch of bloggers? Because they want the bloggers to blog about their subjects. So it's basically another win-win situation. So there's a dark side of blogging, which I'm going to go over, which some of you may have already experienced. So there's stolen content. So some people, they basically just like take your posts and like paste it somewhere else and pretend it's their stuff. See, it's really difficult to like stop people doing that. But one thing you can do, instead of having relative URLs linked to your website, have absolute URLs. So instead of saying having for example, /image instead of having just /image.jpg, I'm going to have dannychoo.com/image.jpg. So this basically makes it a bit more difficult for people to recycle your content. While you can't like stop people doing it, just make it a little bit more difficult for them to do so. Stolen content. We'll talk about spam. So you'll be like finding like spam comments. The basic way to deal with this is to like use plugins that you have for your blog software, which will like stop automated spam. Like most spam is like generated from robots. Most of it seems to be coming from like Russia and India. So if you have some widget to like stop those automated comments, then you'll find that spam is reduced a lot. Haters! God, I love haters! So, after blogging for a while, it happens to like lots of popular bloggers, you just get hated. And it's totally fine. It's like, for example, like durian. Now, I'm not a fan of durian. It kind of like smells. But I didn't know about durian until I went to Malaysia and I found out about it. Like tomatoes, some people love it, some people don't. So haters, it's kind of a way to like help you like develop as a person as well, because you're gonna have to like learn to like deal with these folks. So these haters, we should consider them being guinea pigs who are basically devoting themselves to like helping you improve your blog services. Okay. So denial of service attacks, some technical haters, some haters with like lots of technical skill, they're going to start launching attacks on your website. So basically a DOS attack is a way of sending lots of requests to your website to like try to bring it down. So basically if that's happening to you, do a search for DOS strategy, for example, and you will see lots of tips in Google on how to basically tweak your server to stop these attacks. Other quick learnings, backup. No one talks about backing up. So you've been like blogging up for like 5 years, and then your host decides to like run off with you on like $5 that you're paying every month. So back up your stuff. Go home today, learn how to back it up, because it's going to be too late when all your stuff is gone. So basically, your images, your HTML, your database, everything, just back it up. Keep a routine. The thing is, when you fall out of a routine, it's really difficult to like get back into it. So if you've decided that you want to vlog like once a week, so you should like vlog once a week, like every Wednesday. Turnover rate. So people are not going to read your blog forever, and I've noticed that people come along, they read your blog for a while, they like really love your blog, and some of them like just disappear. So it's like with like companies, there's like a turnover rate of staff, for example. So understand that there's a turnover rate. Understanding technology is going to really help you grow your blog. Embrace Web 2.0. It's all around us. You can't escape from it. There's no hiding. Continuous evolution. The world is evolving, so is the internet. Spend less time preparing content and focus on the actual content by using tools for managing your images. So for example, when you take a photo, like photos you're taking, there's something called exif information, which is embedded in your photo. And you can like find software which will rotate your images, resize your images, watermark, upload through FTP, and generate the HTML. So always think about like streamlining your workflow. You can easily do that by doing search on Google and looking for tools, which will basically increase your ROI. So basically, your investment is your time. Share with others. Always quote the source. And never use your blog to attack others. And also have a destination. Think about what you want to do with your blog. And once you have a destination, once you know what you want to do with your blog, then basically work towards that. So, what I'm finding is that while I didn't originally step up the blog as a business, it's actually, it just, somewhere along the line, it just turned out into a form of business for me. So basically, I have DannyChoo.com, and as I write content, and as users submit content to the website, it's growing the user base. And as the user base grows, I'm finding that otaku, and Japan-related companies, they approach me, they want to work with me somehow, like Gregory contacted myself. And sometimes it's, okay, let's provide something together with for your readers. Sometimes it's ads. In some cases, they need some sort of web service, which I channel to my company, Mirai.fm, which is why I actually have a list of clients just waiting for my products. And I haven't really had to go and do any cold calling or knock on anybody's doors to try to sell my product. I think I've spoken enough today.
Certainly.